somewhere, the wrestling troupe. First night, false fists in the sky. Second night, the legends collide. Into somewhere we crash and burn. Turn the page, no way to return. CM Punk and Gunther fight. Cody Rhodes, John Cena ignite. Broken foot, but the show rolls on. Jake's pain sings a quiet song. In the sun, where we all fall. Wrestling rumors, wrestling brawls. Jake and Cody calling it raw. In the somewhere, breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow. Jake calls a shot, Spaz breaks the game. Cody's in the fray, adding to the flame. Ladders they rise, fists hit the air. Chaos erupts without a care. Triple A's warriors, NXT's pride. Only one walks with glory inside. Into somewhere we scream and shout. Breaking it down, no shadow. Into somewhere where we breaking it down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slanted to the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In this summer, in this summer. The Garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in the fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal chief with bad vibes, tearing it up. MSG crowd, stunned faces in the stand. Cody shakes his head, this again, damn man. Y'all believe in Joe Hendry's name. Fighting through the fire in the wrestling game. Hearty soar like the legends they defied. Knockouts fight, her power aligns. Mic drop, we analyze every bout. Discussing every twist, don't leave a doubt. Predictions, insights, we break it all down. Into somewhere, best critics around. Into somewhere, we reviewing every bout. Breaking down the moves, ain't no shadow of doubt. WWE heat, we bring that white hot flame. From prayer to gutter, we calling names. Yeah. Turnbuckle tension, the ropes might snap. Jake calling spots, Cody's laying the map. Spaz with the bent, or a joke, then a clue. Lights flicker, chaos, hard to see clear. Jake's voice echoes, breaking through fear. Spaz throws the spark, Cody fans the flame. Wrestling truth, nothing stays the same. Into somewhere weekly, there's nowhere to hide. Opinions rip raw, tearing through the pride. NXT shadows with stories untold. Jake, Spaz, Cody with nerves of gold. Feel the crash, break the silence loud. Into somewhere, the unruly crowd. Wrestling dreams, wrestling scars. We're lost but found under the blackest stars.
what we do here.
That's right. What's going on, ladies and gents? NXT versus TNA. Holy hell, what an ending we got there. Wild, crazy. Who called that? Who saw that coming? A non-finish? No way. I don't think they were crowning a dual champ just yet. They've got all these matches booked. Bound for Glory, No Mercy. But it was a hell of a night tonight. Say his name, he shall appear. We got Joe Hendry in the house. Speaking of the one and only in the house, we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself. Cody O'Needy 316 is here.
Hell yeah.
What's going on, broski? How you doing tonight?
What's going on? Sorry for that pause. I was just reading something about Mets MLB commentator got into a little controversy about Charlie Kirk. Ooh.
Uh-oh. It seems like that's going around because now Ava, the general manager of NXT, is on excursion. She's gone away. We don't know why, how, or when, but you know, she's overseas currently, and that was a little random.
On TV at all.
You know, there was no reason as to why she's in the UK, but yeah, that was said. So fan backlash seemingly being part of that. I believe that's why we're not seeing her currently, because they're not going to fire baby Nepo. No. Her job is safe. They're going to just keep her out of mind, out of sight, you know, until that blows over. Granted, it was a great night for NXT. This was a really nice build for No Mercy this weekend. I mean, they've got a lot of hype towards Saturday. And I think they need War Games back, because TNA versus NXT War Games, oh, sign me up. This was a damn good night, and I love the way they opened. They had an actual lights out match with the lights out. Kind of unfair because the deaf guy has spidey sense, right? Isn't that how that works?
Well, you know it.
I mean, my mother can read people's lips in like reflections of mirrors and shit. So that's like a superpower, right?
Yeah. I mean,
counts for something, I'm telling you. What do we got to upgrade the Cody bot tonight? I think you're lagging behind there.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Ooh. I don't know what's going on with this headset, but
I'm getting electrocuted. I'm not even the one shocking you.
What did
I listen, nothing. I'm not responsible for this one. This one seems
There's
like...
this intern that you hired. All I asked him was about...
This sounds like user error to me. That's the invasion I think you're seeing. It's just a bunch of...
You hired this raging intern.
Listen, it was supposed to be work for experience, you know? Intern is
okay.
Even a bit far. It's a bit of a stretch, and yeah, no, and they flipped out. So what are you gonna do? It's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, we lost another one, folks. We'll find an editor before they get the crown jewel, maybe. But there's actually concern we didn't get to last night on Raw, and that's that Piper Niven might have a career-ending injury. So not great. They put out kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke tweet from Chelsea saying how the Secret Harvest was looking, you know, for a new top secret special assignment that she sent Piper on, and she's now looking for a new fill-in. So I guess that's why they weren't able to have them challenge Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair for the tag team titles. So they were supposed to do it again. Hopefully she has a speedy recovery, but it's not great news. So people want to know who won, Trick or Obafemi. Well, we're going to get into it right away. Before we even get to any more of the news, the two men come out. We have the NXT champion, Obafemi, and we've got Trick Williams, the TNA champ himself, and he is just looking badass as ever. He had the crowd behind him for sure. I feel like Obafemi was over, but people were cheering for Trick, and they just beat the hell out of each other. So Trick, right out the gate, comes out with strikes, And he kind of, tries to counter Oba with his power moves, but they haven't faced in a one-on-one match. And Vic Joseph in commentary made note of this. They said it before. Each time they've met, it's always been triple threat, something along those lines, multi-man match. So we saw a bunch of kicks from Trick, but Oba came back with a massive shove. And about this time is when you noticed in the arena, TNA talent showing up bit by bit. They show Zachary Wentz in the crowd. Mike Santana ends up jumping on commentary. Trick confronts him, but Santana's like, hey, I'm here to do commentary kind of thing. And sits with the boys there, him and Booker catching up. Booker's like, why are you here? He's like, what do you mean why I'm here? I'm here to enjoy the show. So Santana being cool as ever. Matt Cardona's, the former Zack Ryder was in the crowd. That got a really big pop. Pretty much every big name you can think of was there to represent TNA. And these boys are beating the hell out of each other in the ring. They're giving each other finishers back and forth, essentially. You see the inspiration, Frankie Kazarian in the crowd. Trick basically goes ahead and he dumps him to ringside. And Trick goes ahead and he whips Obafemi into the steel steps. And then he goes and he walks towards Mike Santana. And Trick punches Mike, and that's when Santana punches him back and the bell rings. So Trick technically won by DQ, but it's a non-finish. Trick Williams defeats Obafemi via DQ, and it was almost a 12-minute match. And that's when the entire NXT roster runs out to brawl with the invading TNA roster. Ricky Saints runs down, puts his hand on the NXT title right as Obafemi is picking it up. And that's the last image we see while everybody's brawling behind them. These two are playing, grab bag with the title, but it was pretty damn epic. And almost the best outcome we could have had, because if Obafemi beats Trick, then it's like, all right, well, what happens with the match with Ricky Saints? What happens with, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's okay that they keep the belts separate, but this was a big hype. Usually,
did you like this, or were you disappointed with it being
no,
technically and like?
No, the way they did it was pretty damn creative, because you could see everybody else held off, but they waited for kind of their captain, Mike Santana, to basically go in. Once he got hit, everybody unleashed their fury of TNA upon the NXT roster. So I thought it was well executed. It was exciting, and on top of it, even if it was expected, they did it very well, and the card looks really stacked for No Mercy. So I'm glad they didn't interrupt the Obafemi versus Ricky Saints match. And then Mike Santana is taking on Trick at Bound for Glory, October 12th. We'll be live for that as well, but we'll be live for the review of No Mercy. After that show concludes, come here to check out the results and go over the review with myself and the Codemeister. So you and I, sir, have a big plate full for tomorrow. We've got, Victory Road and the NXT No Mercy show to preview, as well as we've got a bunch of news coming up about Crown Jewel, which one of the things we've got to talk about right the fuck now. I mean, like, holy goddamn. John Cena loses to Brock Lesnar, gets the floor wiped with him. Wrestling Observer Radio yesterday lets us know that was Cena's call, and there are no more plans for a rematch before he retires in December. John wants to face different opponents with the dates that he has left, thus the build to get the fan buzz around AJ Styles. But this match was always happening at Crown Jewel. At least it was scheduled. That was how they were booking everything. So this was happening for a while now, him and AJ at Crown Jewel. Kind of an odd way for them to book it, because, I mean, you don't really need much. You don't really even need them to be in a ring to get people hyped about it. They each sent out a couple of tweets and replied to each other, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Smack my ass and call me Susan. They're off to the goddamn races. Holy sh! They did it, though. We're getting John Cena, AJ Styles again, which, if you go back to the Royal Rumble
event. Go ahead first.
No. Just go back to 2016 Royal Rumble where they faced off. That's like one of my favorite matches of John Cena's and AJ's. So good.
Their SummerSlam match was really good, too.
Yes. Often forgotten.
What do you like more, the Royal Rumble or the SummerSlam?
The Rumble one I prefer, but
Rumble one. speaking about that, though, I think Triple H is trying to do a makeup for WrestlePalooza because how shit on it was. Like, so now he's doing the Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
And,
Crown Jewel is going to be pretty stacked. I mean,
and I guess in
whoever wins the
WWE
women's
history,
triple threat, we don't know.
like I think it's or let me see what this is. You count house shows and like all that, right? Non-televised events.
Yeah.
So Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. This is another reason why I'm not really interested in the match. Ever since Cody Rhodes returned to WWE, Cody Rhodes is 22-0 in matches on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it's more than
televised
just their
and non-televised.
Yeah, because they have the 3-0 televised, and like I said last time, Cody was basically a one-armed beaten man and still managed to beat him inside Hell in a Cell. I don't believe that Seth has a chance.
I honestly think,
and Cody back-to-back winner, 2 rings. I'm sure that's what they want to do and build him up even
Cody
more.
Rhodes looked like a badass when he did it, but I think Seth was the heel at the time, right?
Yeah,
he playing heel, so I think it would have built up Seth Rollins' heel stock if you really took him out of commission for good and take advantage of that torn pec. I think that he had, right?
That's what I thought. But
back to that match, I think Seth Rollins should have won that match.
Yeah,
and
I thought so
then
too.
We could have argued that,
especially because Cody had a given out of why he could lose that match, and especially with it being Hell in a Cell. I mean, he gave one amazing performance, but he was out for a long time and didn't come back. So what? The Rumble?
Yeah, and I don't know that I like Cody Rhodes, but I prefer Seth. I'm more of a Seth guy than Cody guy.
Okay. Hey, each their own. I mean, we can all be a little retarded, you know.
You know, it's all right.
Now and then it's fine. They're now saying that, you know, Trump is saying that autism is part of the LGBTQ spectrum. So I mean, guess that means we're both idiots, you know.
Wait, just because we did those few videos doesn't mean.
No, I was talking about the autism.
Oh, okay.
Not the gay stuff.
So I just let that out of the bag.
No, I muted you. You're good. So yeah, they're really building up Crown Jewel to be massive. We'll cover all this and more because we have a few inside tips and a bit of news for Crown Jewel that's kind of surprising. On Into Somewhere Weekly, we'll get to it tomorrow, but yeah, there is no planned rematch, and I'm shocked because they're not going to do
rematch with Brock and Cena.
Yeah, not even the matter of War Games.
I said, if that's the case, then that's a stupid fucking decision. I was getting my hopes up.
I know. Hey, maybe we'll be wrong, and like War Games will come and they'll surprise us, and they will have Team Cena, Team Brock, because he still has a match to have at the Survivor Series show.
Now, with the rumors, then I don't like this decision. You were right. Cena should have won.
And apparently it was Cena's call. Cena said that it's been reported multiple times that John went ahead and he said that, you know, hey, I want to continue to put people over. I want to.
The way they did that match, though, made me think they were going to do a rematch.
I believe it. So do the fans. And that's what I'm worried about because they're not happy.
They were in the poll, but you were right.
Yeah. It's not a matter of being right. It's a matter of I didn't want to be right. I wanted to be wrong because I want to enjoy Cena so much more, but that was hell to get through.
WWE too much confidence.
Because we want to give Paul Levesque credit. We want to give him, you know, benefit of the doubt because things have gone right in some regards. But lately, it's been a while. I mean, they are focused heavily on moments and the storytelling kind of falls into place. But a lot of it is past storytelling that they're just building off of slightly. Only like it's more us remembering the builds and incorporating that into the current day feuds. But they're not doing much to extend them, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. You know, we had all these great stories for so long and everybody was doing something again. The Attitude Era, they priced out families, so why would they go for the family type, you know, do it for everybody entertainment? They kind of have their niche of not niche, but like their corner of how they want their matches to be. They'll do things a little hardcore, maybe a weapon here or there, you know, but nothing too grandiose, and they'll have, you know, certain big spots reserved for major moments, but they're not going to be whipping out, you know, tack matches anytime soon. They have their idea of their fan right now that they want, and that's top dollar. I mean, we talked about the WrestleMania 42 ticket prices, and the thing here is what's really upsetting is the view. I mean, what you're paying versus what you get, the you know, quid pro quo, something for something. The commodity doesn't feel worth it. I was saying it earlier. This is exactly the view that you're getting, sadly, and you know, it's so if you pay $900 before fees, and this was Wrestle Talk, that's your view. You're going to be all the way up and back, and the ring, of course, is going to be way out in here somewhere. You know, because you got to mention they have the stage here, so the ring's going to be further away than you know the 50-yard line. It's going to be probably by the 30, and then they have all the seats that fill up. So you're all the way against the back here. $900, and that's
joke.
before fees. And it's like I have a hard time justifying that, you know, these are the cheap seats. These are the ones that they've been, you know, pricing to. And that's not even talking about some of the bundle deals and whatnot. I mean, we've not even gotten into those. So some of these packages here, yes, packages, they set you back a whopping, look at this.
Mine or yours?
Both of ours combined don't even equal the owner's suite. You get 26 spots, so that's $52,500. I mean, you figure not terrible, I guess, right? Because you got, what did I say, 52.5, and we got to divide that. We got 26 tickets, so it's around $2,000 a ticket for an all-inclusive suite. That's got food, bar, drinks, and a few stars that come by. That's a little bit more reasonable. Owner's Club Suite. Not that bad. Club Suite, 12 seats, open bar, 26.5. Traditional suite, so no food and catering. Corner Suite, and this is per night. The owner's suite package is 52.5. The cheapest 22, as we saw, but right here, so section 400, the image I just showed you all, $854 before fees, and that's 2 nights. So I mean, going in halves, that's $450 a night before everything. So you're figuring you're spending like $550, almost $600 for a cheap seat, for the worst seat.
Fucking ridiculous.
And then when you're in the cheap seat, you can't see the screens either because of the way they have your view obstructed, because they have other screens there. So you have to pay $30 at your seat to watch WrestleMania 42 from ESPN Plus. Don't forget about that.
Me and my friend went to SummerSlam. He was like convincing me, oh, it's not that bad. And we were, you know, kind of up there. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but he conned me into it.
Yeah. One more bit of news. I want to know how you feel about this. I've got your live reaction here. I'm, you know, genuinely not surprised, but thought it would take a little bit longer. But hey, that's all right. They're going into action with the memorabilia. So Real American Beer, Hulkamania Forever Edition. So the co-founder, Chad Bronstein, is releasing the 16-ounce gold can of Real American Beer, but it's the Hulkamania Forever limited gold edition cans. And I don't believe they said a full-on price yet. That's to be determined. But yeah,
we got to get some and taste test it for the show.
It's going to be a limited time offer. So this limited time only release delivers exactly what retailers want. High demand, built-in fan energy.
Tried the Real American Beer, and then I heard he got sick afterwards.
Some people said they enjoyed it. I don't know if it says if it can get. Let's see. I know the Walmart deal is there, but I don't see where you can.
It's in Walmart.
The premium light beer is only found in 28 states and counting, so none up here with us yet, but approaching. So Real American Beer launched the Hulkamania Sweepstakes, which gives fans a chance at 2 tickets to Saturday night's main event in Salt Lake City on November 1st with the forever legendary Hulkamania Forever package. What are you going to do? Sounds interesting, right? I mean, Real American embalming fluid or brake fluid? You know, I'll try it, but we'll put that down the gullet and see if it cures something. It might go ahead and rest some stuff up. Right now, like you said, for Crown Jewel, we know we got Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. We've got Stephanie Vaquer, if we're going to the Nikki Bella version, Stephanie Vaquer, taking on to be determined, because we don't know if it's Tiffany Stratton retaining, because she's got to face Nia Jax and Jade Cargill in a triple threat this Friday for SmackDown.
What's your prediction on? What's your prediction on that?
I think Tiffany retains, and we get her and Stephanie, and that's going to be.
And I think that's the
damn
best
good.
quality match too.
Yes, and then I think Tiffany wins. I think she beats Stephanie.
You do?
I do. Strangely enough, I think they'll do something kind of with it. It won't be they'll slowly be progressing the story.
Having this like hurrah of success, and then there's gonna be a
little bit of a hiccup for her, maybe, but
Tiffany
I see it more as
heel,
slowly a turning Tiffany. I think she's better as a heel. I think that would be
why is she a babyface?
Exactly. So this could work.
A babyface.
But she said she's doing well, that she'll be able to compete at the match this upcoming Friday. So she was cleared. That's why they announced it. We got AJ and John Cena. And then supposedly we're getting Asuka and Kairi taking on Io and Rhea. I wouldn't hate that by any means. That'd be a great tag match, certainly. Rumor also has it that we're going to get Sami Zayn taking on Solo Sikoa. I don't give a wild about any of the NFTs.
Be on the Crown Jewel show. That will just kill the vibe.
Do not care at all. No, not one bit. So we'll get into this and more, as well as our predictions for the No Mercy card, because we've got Javon Evans taking on Josh Briggs, Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace in a weaponized steel cage match. They announced that tonight. That is awesome. Ethan Page against Tavion Heights for the North American title. Obafemi, Ricky Saints for the main title. Sol Ruka taking on Laney Reed for the speed title. And then JC Jane taking on Lola Vice for the women's NXT championship, excuse me. So big night for the ladies.
Hell yeah.
We've got what? 3 and 3? I thought it was more. I can't tell my genders anymore. It's all fluid, but we'll get into our predictions for that tomorrow. That's for sure.
72 of them.
Ludwig on a pole match. No, he's busy being Mr. Americano and Los Americanos. So, unfortunately, did they actually break up? Somebody said Tiffany and Ludwig broke up. So, don't know if that's true. But chat, give me a little bit of drama. Give me some rumors. Let me know. It's what I heard. So, we still got the Raw logo there.
Case, El Grande should try to.
Look at this. So unprofessional. So unprofessional. There we go. NXT. All right. Here we go.
Could you imagine that if Tiffany broke up with Ludwig to go after
El Grande? I could picture that.
That'd be crazy.
Somehow El Grande's bigger too, right? Just saying, throwing that out there. So this Monday on Raw, not yesterday. I'm not time traveling, and we're not going backwards. I'm just previewing Monday. Don't get confused. No need for the lawyer. We've got Bailey, who's crazy. She's cuckoo. She's zany. She's hearing voices in her head. I think she just ate some bad mushrooms, but whatever. That's her choice in catering. She's taking on Raquel Rodriguez. We got AJ Lee in a match on Raw. That's right. AJ Styles, Dragon Lee taking on the Los Americanos, but it's El Grande Americanos, so because it's only 2 of them. But yeah, Dominic Mysterio defending his IC title against Rusev. How the hell does Dirty Dom get out without his head broken out of this one? I don't know.
Well, from speculation from some people.
Don't do it.
The Twitter machine.
Don't.
They say.
Don't do it.
Let me make sure my bank account will be.
Don't do it.
They say that Liv Morgan will be there.
This is why you get shocked. See, it's for your own good. He's not returning yet.
Okay.
Jimmy and Jay are taking on Braun and Braun in the main event in a tornado tag team match. That's new, right? Because usually it's a tag match. So they're like, here, we'll give you the Vision against Jay and Jay. Security, kind of. But it's a tornado.
So basically, almost what it was, WrestlePalooza in a way, because they didn't really give a shit, and I don't know.
I like it. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, basically. They said they didn't give us the vision to
Wait,
close
did you
the
want me to
show
care?
last night. No, we can't care. We
Oh,
tried
okay.
to care. I mean, Joe Hendry, he came out of a motorcycle or a NASCAR helmet tonight. Not motorcycle, NASCAR. I know my sports. He appeared. That was good. I like his little his gimmick still makes me laugh. It's fun. I'm glad they're they're going hard with it. It's funny. I enjoy it. I'm just hoping that they do something meaningful soon before they kill it, basically. I want to know that Joe Hendry's name does not die in vain before they even hire him to the roster. I don't know, has me worried.
His name, man.
But he's over as all hell. Yeah, this was a really good episode of NXT. For the most part, they just booked themselves very well heading into this weekend. It was a great go-home show. This is what I wish we kind of got for the builds for WrestlePalooza. You know, everything tonight felt, I don't want to say like hot and fresh, but yeah, you know, it was like, all right, this is interesting, this is good, this is fun. Forget which one's Gatorade and which one's piss.
Well,
I don't know if I could tell the difference.
piss. Well,
No, I still can't make it up the stairs to the bathroom, so I'm just peeing in jugs around here, but it might be lemonade.
if it
A little strong.
tastes like piss, does it remind you of SmackDown?
Oh, it is piss. Yep, I taste SmackDown. You got it. Definitely piss. Babe, you gave me a piss jug again. No, you got to dump them, then rinse them out, and then you can reuse them. That's fine, but what are you going to do? All right, so Vic Joseph, Booker T, they were there tonight. Corey Graves still dead from Brock Lesnar. Rest in peace. We expected Brock to break somebody's neck, but goddamn, did he kill Corey? Makes me wonder, are we going to see Corey
crazy?
back in action?
Corey Graves hasn't taken like a bump on screen in over 10 years, right? Or whatever it is.
Yeah, been
And
a
he
long
can
time.
sell better than most of the current roster.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he made it look absolutely brutal. Speaking of great timing, I'm telling you, Miles Bourne, it's this kid's time. He is raring to go. He is, he's it. He's got it. They do a lights out match, but literal lights out. So it's dark. The arena's dark as dark could be. You could barely see these two. And it's perfect for this kind of match because they are just hitting each other hard. Lexus King, he's special. You know, you can really tell who his father was. He's still got the mannerisms. He's got the Pillman-esque DNA. Like, you just can't get away from it. You see it in his work. Everything that he does, like that Northern Lariat in the beginning for a 2 count, was picturesque cinema. Perfect. The way he works in the ring, you can just see everything to him is broken down into full psychology. Like his selling, his every move that he picks to utilize and use next, everything is continuing to tell that narrative. It's just really impressive. And it makes me hope that we see him more. But it's also a sign of things to come. I see these two in the ring, and I'm not just saying like, oh, I wish they used them more. It's we're going to see a lot of these two in the not-so-distant future when Obafemi, Trick, Ricky Saint, you know, those people are going up, and we're going to need people to ascend. And that's when we're going to get more of this. And Miles Bourne wearing pants, all the difference. As soon as he got rid of the underoos that are black that look just like Orton's, my God, the camo trunks and the boots, he looks more like a badass, and he doesn't look like Randy Orton anymore. It looks like a totally different person. It looks like Miles Bourne. It's incredible. I cannot state this enough. He better wear those for every match going forward. The nut huggers, they make him look like Orton Jr., and it cannot be. This is great. The look is perfect. I hope it's not just for the lights out match, and he keeps utilizing this going forward because this needs to be a tool in his repertoire. He needs those damn pants. They make him stand out as not Randy Orton, and that's important. Damn important.
Damn straight.
Hold on, I got to check in with the time traveling lawyer. Yes, your
With
pizza
what?
rolls have been done for 7 minutes now. Just go back a few. He forgot to take them out of the oven. So these two beat the ever-loving just shit out of each other. And if I didn't bleep shit, imagine when I did bleep there. That's how much they hit each other. He hit Miles with a power
Can I
bomb.
tell them what you bleeped?
I mean, do you want to get in trouble too? I mean, you can, but yeah.
Oh, he bleeped.
That you can't say that either. We're fuck. Wrong. Easy.
Jesus.
All right.
Okay.
You even come close to sounding like that, you're gonna go ahead and get us canceled.
Well, what you said was even worse though, because
I
you
get
talked
it,
about
but
how
I don't
he
go
did that.
around just dropping anytime I want to.
So when do you do it?
I mean, we don't say things like that here. Miles Bourne ended up winning in the end with one of the most vicious sequences I've seen in a while. So they had to set up a little bit, like I said, but everything was building towards something. The ring steps are in the ring. There's a table set up. They're kind of doing their erector set. I said erector set. Erector set, not erection set. Really? That's too far? Fucking censors. So they got their build-a-block set up, and I'm like, oh, he's just gonna, do the typical through the table off the step thing. But the way they
We're
set
gonna
it
end
up,
up like Jimmy Kimmel if you keep going.
I'm cautious about what I'm saying. All right, we know we got the dump button. We can always just have a to be continued if we need it.
Do you really want to have to go sit by Jimmy
if
Kimmel?
we
and
say
get
something
canceled?
really bad, if I said something like,
The Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.
you like the dump button? I spent 10 grand on that. So anytime we have a problem, just
So
cuts
is
out
that
the
why
last
I
10
keep getting
seconds.
charged $1 a minute?
Yeah. I mean, we gotta make money somewhere. There's no ads, so
Did I give you permission to just randomly charge my bank account? Was that in the contract?
listen.
That time traveling
Did
lawyer
you see
promised
the
that it
setup
wasn't
for
in there.
the conclusion of this match? They hit the most brutal DDT on the steps ever. Lexus King sold this like his brains were blended for breakfast. It was
Chef's kiss.
brutal. I cannot state this enough. So they did it so perfect. The setup was excellent. So you have Miles is just whipping him over and over and over with a belt. And he's about to go ahead and get, you think, suplex through the table. But he turns and he just gives him the DDT on the steps. Bourne gets up and gives him what I thought was the zigzag. They had some other name
Wait,
for
did
it.
they
It
take-
looked like,
Did they take the script of what you did to me in your basement?
yeah, pretty much word for word. They even took
Wow.
the in the
Holy-
fisting. Yeah, really, like off the step and everything, straight down, like right into his face. He didn't
That's
hit him in the
insanity,
mouth like
bro.
I
Should
did,
we-
but he got the backflip.
Oh,
That shit was nuts. 11 minutes, Slim Jim references up the wazoo, but this was great.
well, our Slim Jim thing was a little different.
Snap into it. No refunds, indeed. So Stevie Turner, Robert Stone are in charge tonight because Ava is she's fuck all in the UK. We don't know why. Not because she said some actual disparaging and terrible shit online with an awful stance that should be named, shamed, and punished. So Turner and Stone are there, and TNA wrestlers are in the arena, and these two are pissed about it. Okay, so Ethan Page comes out, and we've got El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. in the crowd. Page is pissed. He's like, I got screwed. I was going to be the champ at Worlds Collide. How about we fight now? Wagner comes in and starts stomping around. So Page is like, let's do it. Let's have a match now. Wagner goes ahead and grabs the ankle and gives him in the ankle lock. And we go ahead and we see him tap out, and Page is all upset. And all of a sudden, the mask comes off, and it's not Wagner Jr. It's Tavon Heights. It was a funny ruse. You knew it was coming, but how he hid all that hair under that mask, that that was the fucking magic trick. I'm telling you. I mean, the only one able to hide that much hair was Ric Flair, and that was in his nether regions. Damn, this was impressive to see the crowd get so over, and it really gives him a chance for the title coming up this weekend. So I think Tavon Heights might have a say to that belt. We'll see. I liked it. A lot of fun. I like the ruse here. Fun swerve. We're off to a fun night. Everything has been enjoyable so far.
Swerves are always good in wrestling.
Hey, good swerves. They're coming. Candice LeRae, Laney Reed. They're introduced by NASCAR guy, Colonel Mustard. I don't remember his name. Do you? Anybody care?
No.
Yep.
No.
I didn't call him that. Jesus. Cole Custer. Excuse me as I dial here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you called him.
Dude, easy. We're going to get in trouble. So, Colonel Mustard's there in the kitchen with the knife. He's guilty as all hell. He introduces Candice LeRae.
Not guilt-free.
Laney Reed, no, not at all. He's guilty. He was looking at Laney Reed's, hoo-haws. He was Ric Flairing it up. You saw as soon as she took her little neck piece off, he was eyeing him big time. So, this was a fun speed match. Well wrestled, as great as you can do in 3 minutes. They started off with a bit of a hiccup. So Candice LeRae goes to do basically like a moonsault off the ropes, but she loses her footing and falls. So then she basically was like, fuck it, I'll do the spot over. And from there, they were able to kind of catch on to where they were going. You can tell it was rehearsed, but still, they did a good job with Laney. She's coming from Evolve, and now she's going for the speed title. I think this is good for her progression so far. I like the character. I enjoy her, work so far in the ring. I see bigger things for her, but she's still very green, so NXT is the right call. Just don't push her too quick. I think she needs to get some work on TV, not Tubi. Even still, she get a great running knee on Candice. The spot that they did back and forth, trading hits on the apron, Laney finally gets a face plant done to her, and she sells it very well, falling to the outside in an excellent way. 2-minute, 30-second match. Laney Reed defeats Candice LeRae with that knee that I mentioned. They showed a replay of it a bunch of times. It was great. I like it. I like Laney Reed. Sucks that Candice is in this spot, but I mean, you go back and you think about her and all the intergender matches that woman went through. When she got to WWE, I was like, oh shit, things are going to happen. And it never seemed to be her time. Even in the way, she was always in the way. I don't know. They showed Jada Parker next, and she's upset because Lash Legend has been ruining everything for her. So she's going to pick up her own W because Jada will give her the dub she deserves. Skip. Got Lyra talking with Crazy Chick Tatum, and I know you like your Crazy Chicks, not as much as Spaz. I know he loves Crazy Chicks, but
oh yeah,
Tatum's a special kind of crazy, and Lyra's like, we're friends, but Izzy shows up and is like, don't forget, she left you before, she'll leave you again. And she got dragged away, so that's that. I guess they got nothing for Lyra to do, so they just left her at NXT last week, and somebody forgot to pick her up and claim her. Jordan Grace comes out, and she's going to take on Ariana Grace. They set this up in the backstage before. It was a little silly, but what are you going to do? It was basically Ariana Grace running her mouth, got herself in trouble. She got her ass whooped just as fast as the speed match. Jordan hit, the gory bomb slams, hit her with a lariat, spine buster, done. 1, 2, 3. Now, we get the attack afterwards, which was at least a little bit more exciting. Blake Monroe's music hits. She runs out with, plunder in a trash can. Jordan Grace grabs a chair. Blake Monroe grabs her bright pink kendo stick. They start kendo stick. Bright pink pocket. I didn't say. No, kendo stick.
I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about the pussy pocket. Don't worry. You got it. So she grabs that big, hard, hot pink kendo stick, and she manages to shove it all the way up into Jordan Grace's abdomen. after they try and strike each other a few times, you know, they do the whole duel of the fates and they strike each other's objects and it hurts her hand from the reverb of it. But eventually she gets hit with a chair in the back and she kind of sells it for a second. But Blake gets up and she chops her down. She chops Jordan down. And finally they take each other to the mat. And just as they're about to rip each other's face off, everybody runs out. The referees separate them all with security. And that's when Robert and Stevie basically say, we're tired of this. You're always attacking each other. We're going to go ahead and make sure that this doesn't happen anymore. So not only is it a weapons match, but it's a weapons match in a steel cage. Hell yeah.
You know it.
It's about as PG as you can get to Lethal Lockdown, but I'm all for it. This is still badass. I'm glad that they're allowing them to be at least somewhat violent, use weapons, have some fun here, take some liberties. Hopefully one of them bleeds. We'll see what happens, but what else did we have? Oh, that's right. We had Jasmine Nix got attacked backstage at one point before JC Jane went to the ring at the end there. And they kind of walk over. They see Jasmine just been attacked and they're like, oh, sad. Well, we were kind of done with you anyways. And her and Fallon walk away. So, and this is after JC already walked out by herself saying that she could handle Lola on her own. I felt like I feel backwards a little bit. I'm more rooting for JC Jane than I am Lola Vice. I like Lola, but I'm not on that bandwagon. I'm not sure what the disconnect is for me. Usually, whatever face they put in front of me on NXT, I usually get behind, especially the women. That didn't sound... You get the point. I try and support them as much as possible when the story calls for it. With this, Lola's been working her way up and she's been big in AAA, but I'm just not in a big care for her character. It's not that I dislike her; she wrestles well in the ring. But I'm just not crazy about her.
I think
she's not great. I think she's good. I think she's good enough.
I think good stories end up making wrestlers because
she might win too. I think there's a pretty big chance. We'll get into it tomorrow night with our predictions on Into Somewhere Weekly, but I mean, she has proven every one of those naysayers wrong. She's not transitional. She's not the most beatable champion, you know, and Lola's underdog story is just her shaking her ass and, you know, while I've been busting my ass. And we know what, you know, Lola's been with MMA fighting and all of this, and, you know, she's a all-around superstar, but she's like, I'm going to show you no mercy at No Mercy. It wasn't a bad promo, but it wasn't knock your socks off either. I want JC Jane to win, but I'm thinking she might lose this to Lola. I think that they're going to do the breakup of
I've been saying that too.
Fatal Influence. Seems like it. Disillusioned maybe by her power. You know, she cast away everybody from her. Now they're gone. They all run away and scurry while she is left to her own malice. Basically, she was too egotistical and, you know, she forced her team away and now she's on her own. No one to help her. She loses the belt. It's kind of what they're building towards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into it. But still, Lola has potential and she's got possibility here. I don't even think it's a bad build. It's just not anything that I'm jumping out of my boots for. So we'll see what happens with the match, but they're trying to develop her more. I mean, they are. They've had her in AAA for quite a bit. One of the things I feel like we've lost along the way is the mystique and the power behind Dark State. At one point in time, they were kind of like ever present, kind of like Sting at one point. They're looming. They're always watching. They were kind of hackers. They would interfere with some of the broadcasts and put on creepy, you know, hacker messages and be like some of the editors we've had to deal with, things of that such. And now it's just, they're kind of a joke in a way. And they're feuding with Joe Hendry, who I love, but the man that appears
his name, man.
When you say his name, that's, you know, it kind of feels like a flop in a way for them. They should be serious. They should. not that you can't have a little bit of comedy now and again, but you're taking on the former, whatever you want to call it now, Chase U. You got Cale Dixon, Uriah Connors. They're not bad in the ring, but when do we ever see these guys not in 2-second squash matches? So them being out here, you're like, oh, they're taking the pinfall definitely, and that's exactly what happened. So they gave Cale the shield bomb for the victory. Not a bad match. Dark State, you know, they're putting on good matches, but I feel like just being with the comedy stuff for as long as it is and not having that interruptive and serious presence, they don't seem as much as a threat as they did before. No, do they really feel like the champions at this point in time? I kind of just feels a little bit forgettable, and that's surprising with them. Joe Hendry needs to be fully on the WWE side, because this whole, like, I'm still in TNA, so I can only commit to certain things here.
Say his name, man.
They need to do it because, yes, exactly, Cody Ray. I agree. They don't want to overexpose him, but they want to make him still ever present and useful. And Hendry has a lot of possibility. He can do a lot for them. So Ricky Saints had a great promo package here. It was very well representative of the character that he's trying to portray on TV. It's like you could see the style and the glamour, but, you know, I'm a New Orleans guy. This is where my house was that the storm washed away. I started college right as Katrina hit, and one of the people down the hall was supposed to move in with one of my buddies later on, and he didn't move in for like the first 3 weeks because his house got washed away, and his mother, and his sister sat in like 6 feet of floodwater on top of a kitchen table for like day, he said. When he came to school, he had nothing. So people were getting him like gift cards, and we took him to Walmart to buy him everything. You know, he had nothing, clothes, supplies. They gave him a laptop, all this stuff. But yeah, I mean, they lost their family dog that way. Like it was just like in the flood. So it was like being connected to it in that regard. You know, you saw even just a slight bit of the aftermath and how poorly it was handled. It was cool to see him be able to touch upon home and show that, like, hey, I'll be the next NXT champion, and I'm going to lead us into the new era, the absolute era. Not because I want to, but because I have to. I'm going to turn, you know, I'm going to make the believers into non-believers. He's like, it's not just about winning the championship. I love Ricky Saints. I love the promo here. A lot of fun. Build towards Saturday, that's for sure. Yeah, you sound hyped. Kelly Kincaid then talked to Javon in the back, and that's when, as I mentioned before,
my voice wasn't.
He's still shot. You know. Jasmine Nix is knocked out, and that's when JC's like, only the strong survive, or was that Fallon? One of the two. Oh well, they didn't really care about their fallen friend. Then we had the NXT champion, Obafemi. Coming out, taking on the TNA World Champ, Rick Williams, title versus title match. And goddamn, the announcements, the Mike Rome killed it here for the opening. I was as hyped as you were for this. I'm telling you, no, I was fucking excited. That's when we started seeing everybody from TNA show up in the crowd. Moose, Zaya Brookside, Ash and Heather by Elegance, Steve Macklin, Zachary Wentz. Santana ends up showing up, as I said. I know there's others that I'm forgetting. Alicia Fox, I forget her new name. Zach Ryder, Matt Cardona, I'm always going to call him in the old name. Quite a few people just kept showing up, and we saw Frankie Kazarian, The Inspiration were there. I know there's a few others, but just seeing everybody from TNA show up to eventually dive into the ring and whoop some ass, start attacking everybody, including Trick, but NXT. And at one point, you kind of see like Oba and Trick kind of fighting people off together in a way. It was interesting. You know, I don't think it was fully intended, but it was a cool way to close the show. And then you had Ricky Saints off to the side as Obafemi gets out. He goes to pick up his title. And him and Ricky, you know, they both grabbed the title and they kind of looked at each other. That was a hell of a way to sign off. I know it was a non-finish, but it was probably the best thing they could have given us with this angle. either man being a double champ right now into where they're headed for No Mercy, Bound for Glory, Victory Road, all this stuff, it's like I wouldn't have pulled the trigger, but it made for some great excitement. And they don't do this often with NXT. Usually they don't just book these kind of scenarios and give you the swerve. They're pretty good about like, oh, we're gonna get a double champ. Stephanie Vancouver was the double champ. They don't pull the rug out from under you often. Kind of feel like AEW does that a bit more often, but NXT is usually pretty straightforward with their booking. I mean, they've done it too, but I think it's not as equal. And that's the thing. They built up that consistency that made me believe, holy shit, with 1 week in between, you guys are really having a title versus title match on your go-home show for your PLE. That's insane. We're going to get a new double champ. And I believed. Much like Joe Hendry, I believed in
his name, man.
I did, though. I believed.
I did, though. No, are you sure?
I did. That opening match was a lot of fun. That's like a 4-star lights out match.
Give me that lie detector kit.
I'm telling you.
Did you really believe, though?
I believe. Told you. Do you believe?
You didn't clap.
Do you believe?
I believe.
Well, what do you know? I hear it. All right. I gotta see. Does Mr. Quake believe?
What was that for?
I don't know. Oh, Mr. Quake doesn't believe, and apparently you just had to deal with it. Somebody's got to be punished, and they can't hurt people in the chat. God. Sorry. Candice LeRae, Laney Reed in the speed match was good, but it was a speed match. You're not going to get much of it. I mean, he believed. I just wanted to shock you. Sorry, I had to lie there, Mr. Quake. I doctored the results because I just wanted to shock Cody like this. Sorry, bud. And then, what else did we get for matches? Jordan Grace was quick with Ariana. It was Jaws being hungry. But the Dark State match was fun, but you knew the Chase U morons never had a chance. Taking out the U. And then we had the main event, which didn't really have a conclusion. So on paper, you'd be like, this doesn't sound like a great episode, but it really was. It was, the momentum was great. And we just had a ton of fun. And that's what it was about. It was about making us enjoy and believe. Just like Mr. Quake. See, he still believes. We just had to, do you believe still, Cody?
Yes.
See, you're going to get zapped again. You're just... Sorry, bud.
I said I believe. Was that not part of the...
all right. I shouldn't have this button. One more. Sorry.
Shit.
TNA Invasion. Fuck? Who's not excited for that? I'm excited. I said it. You're excited, right? TNA Invasion?
Yeah.
And let me hear how excited you are.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's right, he is. And I'm even more excited that tomorrow night into Somewhere Weekly, we're going to break down our in-depth predictions for No Mercy. We're going to talk about Victory Road.
No,
we're going to go ahead and break it all down.
Giving me a cough.
It says somewhere in the manual that it causes cancer. There's a lot of papers here. I didn't really read the instructions. It said something about testicle cancer. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't have my glasses on. And
but shouldn't we?
No, we don't need to read it. It's fine. They said it's fine.
Sure?
We're good. Yeah, we'll just put you on lockdown for a little bit, and I'm sure it's not going to be like contagious or anything. But just in case, tell the people where they can find you, Cody, before tomorrow's Into Somewhere Weekly.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X or whatever you like to call it nowadays at Judgment Day. Or you can find me over on my YouTube. Yes, I'll be posting gaming content soon. It's not a check. Trust me. Jake, you're supposed to help. But that's also at Judgment Day Era.
Let's get that out there.
And you can find me over on my paid account, apparently, according to Instagram.
Yeah.
At Cody_Onidi_316.
That's right. Cody Onidi or Cody_Onidi 316. That's right. As you get cut off in the sound bits.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, bud. It's already a great week of wrestling content. We got to check out Dynamite tomorrow. Spaz and I will be linking up to be doing the State of Wrestling. So that'll be out tomorrow night after Into Somewhere Weekly. You'll be able to head from Into Somewhere Weekly right into the State of Wrestling. So we got you covered for content. You're not going to want to miss either show. Check out all the previews, predictions, and bits of news tomorrow. Going to be a great time. Plus, our Week 4 predictions for the NFL will be happening as well as some extras. So Cody and I will be there. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at Countdown Ended, as well as on Rumble and on Instagram at Countdown Ended. You can check us out on TikTok. It's Jake.CountdownEnded. Go ahead and search us on pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts, as well as Spotify. Look up hashtag Into Somewhere. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Hit the like button. And as always, I hope you all stay sexy.
Lights flicker, chaos, hard to see clear. Jake's voice echoes, breaking through fear. Spaz throws the spark, Cody fans the flame. Wrestling truth, nothing stays the same. Into Somewhere Weekly, there's nowhere to hide. Opinions rip raw, tearing through the pride. NXT shadows with stories untold. Jake Spaz Cody with nerves of gold. Feel the crash, break the silence loud. Into Somewhere.